Glenn. Hi, Carrie Glenn here. And here is a GoFundMe campaign that I worked on at the beginning of the year. I only worked on it for a couple of months. And in that time, raised 7,500 of this 8,475 total. So you might be able to guess that my work had a large impact on the money raising. As I've said, during the time that I was working on it, I raised $7,500 of this total amount. So that was, I believe, my work on it ended in April. This is July, so it's been a couple of months. April, May, June, July. Oh yeah, a solid 3 months, a little over 3 months that I have not been working on it. And before that, I had raised the 7,500. And we'll just go over a little bit about this. I'm going to go through the pictures a little bit later, but first I want to show you, obviously we had a very good title for the GoFundMe, Save Carmel's Forest Theater Guild. And Carmel is very artistic and celebrates the theater and artists of all sorts, including performing artists, and they just love them. So this was a really good title to have, and as you can see, it's up here also in the URL. So then we have our headline, which actually 110 years of community theater. Don't let this be our last, and it goes right into all the needs of the theater, which went through a lot of challenges even before COVID, and COVID was just the final straw. So we really were teetering on distinction. So we came, anyway, so yes, just 110 years, and then it goes from David to Dolly, which David was the first show ever to be performed, to Dolly. So the locals seeing this, they know what that means, and that's why we have that headline there. We immediately go into a little bit of right here what matters and what the donation is, in case people are wondering, well, you're asking for, I think at this time we were asking for 25,000. And so some of the board members were concerned that people who only donate $1, or I guess you have to donate 10 in this case, but they were worried that they might not feel like their contribution would make any difference. So we added this bit of copy in here for people who are only giving a little. We wanted them to know that it matters. And then we add some more of this same type of copy that quells, kind of like a Mythbuster type copy, where we're quenching their questions or their objections. So that's what these two kind of do. So then we go right into answering it. Yes, we will continue. Community theater does matter. And then we get into asking them, them asking themselves, why do I want to help? So this appeals to all the people in the community who care so much about this theater. We're talking about the history. Then we talk about how much or what we will use the money for. So all the different things that we're going to use the money for. And this is a very important thing to add to a GoFundMe, and I believe a Kickstarter as well, or any type of fundraising campaigning. People do want to know, well, what's my money going to? And again, we re-emphasize that any amount is good. We talk about connecting with family under the stars, and so we're really appealing to, people, when they talk about coming to this particular theater, they always talk about how they were with their friend or they were with their family, even more so than what the show was. The event is being together under the stars. So we really wanted to drive that home and remind them of what they love about the theater. Some people, actually, this came from a person who donated and then responded to an email and said he wanted to remain anonymous. So we added this in after we got email feedback, which I thought was just fun and wonderful. And yes, it was my idea. I was handling the email campaign, so when I received his question and his concern, I thought, let's get that in the copy. So that's one thing to learn and to know about with copywriting is you always want to answer what they're thinking and what their objections or concerns are. And here we're just throwing it right into the copy. So anybody else who had his concern who didn't donate, now they read this and they say, okay, let's do it. So let's see, this was another question, is how much are you getting? And I'm not sure. I mean, with the GoFundMe, I wasn't handling the money part. This is what the campaign says when you sign up. So that's what I have. Again, pleading for them to help. And this is pretty much the 3 here's. Here's what we need. Here's what will happen when you donate. Here's what to do next. And we basically say, donate, please donate. And you can see that this donate is highlighted to click right to the donate button. As is this, as is this. So they never even have to try to find a donate button, which although is right here. But literally while they're reading it, they could just decide to say, okay, I'm going to donate, or I'm going to donate, I'm going to donate. And then you have the updates here. So let's just pretend we were reading it and we hit donate. Boom. Yeah, goes right to it. So, and you'll see I have high numbers here. And people have consistently used the 250 and the 500. It's been really fun to see. So I'm going to go back right now to where we were. Okay. And I'm going to come back up a little bit and just show you the update, just so that you can see, for instance, the last post 4 months ago. And this is when we had reached the $7,500 mark. So in just 2 months of it running, I believe, well, 4 months ago, and this has been alive 5 months. So just a month into it, well, it should say. So here is the video.
Hi, Carrie Glenn here from the Forest Theater Guild, and I want to thank you so much. We've raised over $7,500. That's over 30%. We barely made that 30%, but we did, and we've been kind of teetering right there, right under it, right almost to it, and we finally have passed the milestone. And we're so looking forward to hitting 50%, 75, and 100. And we can't thank you enough. Your support has been overwhelming, and we are so thankful. And we just can't wait to come back to our season. Hopefully this year we'll have some sort of a season. We're pretty sure. I know COVID is keeping everything on, well, lockdown, as we know. But we are looking forward to hopefully having something and some films in the forest. And we just can't wait for next season and the following after that. And thank you so much for your support, your generosity, and keeping this theater, this group, this company alive. We just appreciate you so much. Thank you. Have a great day. I think I'm going to turn this off now.
Okay, yeah. So it doesn't say what date it was, but this is 4 months ago, and this is, I would guess, in, well, you're going to see this, July. So 1, 2, 3. So this would have been in March, sometime in March, which is right before I left. So yeah, well done. $7,500 in that short amount of time. And unfortunately, with me being gone, as you can see, not even $1,000 more has been raised in the last 3 months. So this is kind of heartbreaking to me. But you know, you can't stay on every project when you have other projects, and you know, and this is a really good reason why, if you have a really good copywriter or a really good digital marketer who knows what they're doing and they're putting out emails, you know, work really hard with them and maintain that relationship and keep them working with you to continue the raising, because at the rate we were going, I mean, it seems like we'd be closer to that $25,000 goal at this point. So, you know, that's just something to say on a professional level. just as a business owner, when you have a copywriter, grab them and hold on for dear life. As Frank Kern says, it's a pain in the to find a good copywriter. Especially one who knows digital marketing and emails and what to do and how to do it and what to say, and isn't afraid to hop on and make a fool out of themselves in a post. So, and let's see, I had done another post where we had passed the 20% mark. And I think that was the only thing I would do differently is here I did add, here is a bunch of copy to tell them how it went, because I didn't do my own video. Here I did the video. However, and then this one also, okay, here I did a video and the copy. So that's what I would recommend doing. That's what I should have done the last time as well. Boy, what a fun still, huh? Yeah, so that's the only critique I would give me on that first one. Here, I didn't even do a story or anything. I'm just like, whoa, hey, yay. So as you can see, I was learning the ropes here. But this one definitely could have had a little more information here, but otherwise, well done. So this video was not one that we created, but it really goes into a lot of past performances. So I'm not going to play it for you. You can see it Forest Theater on YouTube if you want to watch it. But I do want to show you, here we have like every single one of these pictures. This is from the very last show that was performed before COVID and other issues that were going on with the theater came into existence. So this was the very last show. And then some more past shows, historical shots. I mean, this theater was built in the 1900s, or yeah, early. So here's some more older ones, very older ones. Is that good English? And then past groups that have been board members, past shows, more recent shows that shows the diversity that goes on at the theater. So this was a winter, late October performance. It was really fun. And again, some more historical photos. So the Carmel loves history and the enriching the arts, and these old photos were selected and put in there sporadically on purpose. So I was involved in that. Well, I mean, I did that. So again, yeah. So, and anybody can see, like, they can immediately go to these older ones and remember, and some of them do remember back to some of these shows and shots, or their mother was a part of a show and they'll say, oh, that was my mother, oh, that was me sitting down, or that was my aunt sitting down. So it's really fun, and these pictures were picked to elicit the emotion and the fondness of the theater in our community. And I think that's all there is to show. I mean, you can see there's been 73 people, yeah, the most important part, the money, 73 people donating in 5 months. And I mean, we've just got quite a lot of people that donate several times, which is wonderful. And I'm just going to do all of them so that we can see all of them and show you. I mean, so many people, the board members really wanted to have low numbers in the, like, for the amounts, the donate amounts. And, you know, right from the start, we're getting a lot. These are kind of board members right in through here. But as we go on, yes, we're getting some small ones, but we're immediately getting larger ones. And then again, small ones. And here we are getting larger and larger and small. So, I mean, obviously having the small amounts is great. And we, gosh, obviously we're very pleased with any. And this one doesn't even say how much. So yeah, some of these don't tell you how much, and that's great too. That's fine. These amounts just kind of all over the place. So yeah, And I think that's close to the end. Yeah. Or the top. Yep, there we go. Okay. All right, so I think that's all there is to say about this GoFundMe. But at any time, you can go through this again and pause the video to read this copy a little better if you want, and really go through it and see how it's just touching on all the important points that people need to know before they decide to join in with you. Okay. Well, thank you and have a wonderful day.